Well, first of all, I want to thank you so much for the San Diego Asian Film Festival for having us here, and be so honored to be a part of this. Allow us to share our family story with everybody else over here in San Diego, and I really appreciate that. I guess the process of filmmaking in Bad Act, it was just, it's just a way that we can share our family story as an Asian American in the rural community in the city of Bad Axe, Michigan. Okay, so here we are living in the during the toughest time when the film was made, in the 2020. You know, with the racial reckoning with the fully divided election. You know, with all the pandemics happening, everything's all happening in 2020. When David, you know, the director, began to pick up the camera and filming this, it was at the moment, you know, it was you worry about the pandemic, right? You worried about during the protest. This is about the elections, about everything now, and then to put our family business that we worked so hard to build, you know, in the rural community in Bad Act. How do I say it? To put the business in jeopardy, you know, because the film is pretty much, you know, filming at a time of a tough time that we are going through as the minority, as the Asian American living during that time. So it was pretty tough, but I thought overall, you know, it's a film that after you see it, you're really proud. You're really proud of your children that are willing to speak up regardless, have no fear, willing to do whatever they can to say the right thing, to speak up for the right thing. And I'm so proud of my children for what they did in that film.
And I mean, you know, when David was filming us, for us, it's just our little brother, right? So you don't really see a camera there, but also because he's our little brother, like you said, we were kind of filming, he was filming, but also, you know, making this film at the same time. It was a very collaborative family effort. I guess at the end of the day, David's the director, obviously, you know, but David, you were a very close family, so we're all very open and honest with each other, and he showed us cuts along the way, the entire way. And obviously he has a difficult job of like, okay, he does listen to what everyone has to say, but then he's got to kind of decide, you know, what direction he's going to take the film and how he's going to tell our story, because like we don't know anything about filmmaking or anything like that. So I would say that it was a collaboration of our whole family. And you know, David, and I'm not speaking for David, but he has said this, and we've talked about this many times with, you know, how when he first started off making the film, maybe he was in a spot where he was frustrated, and like maybe a little bit of that like would come out in like his earlier cuts. Whereas when we would sit there and watch it together, we're like, David, but remember, if you truly want to change people, you can't, you know, it has to be through like that connection and through like it has to have real dialogue. You have to generate real dialogue. You can't sit there and tell people they're wrong for believing this or wrong. You know, it has to come, I don't know, they have to see you, like they have to see our family as people. And you know, and David was like, you know, he'd be like, you're right, like I was, you know, and so that was one of the things that like we both like, we keep each other grounded all the time. And like with the community, as you see in the film, you know, when word first got out that like we were making this documentary, there was a little bit of backlash. A lot of people were very supportive. Don't get me, you know, a lot of people were, and sometimes it's just that, you know, a small number of people that are, you know, sending letters or stopping my mom in the store, you know, writing mean comments. Like it just like you hear those louder. And so, you know, it was at that time we were like, oh, what are we going to do when this comes out? You know, like, do we even want to do this? But I will say that the film has screened in Bad Axe, and it was received with overwhelming positivity and like welcoming. Like it was a really good feeling, a really good home, because, you know, Bad Axe is like Bad Axe is our home. Bad Axe is like our family too. Like our family's not perfect in any shape, way, or form, but we still love each other. Bad Axe is not perfect, but it's still our home, and we still love Bad Axe. And I think that after people saw the film, they understood. Like, you know, we're not trying to make our hometown look bad. That we would never, you know, we wouldn't do that. But we do have, you know, issues that need to be addressed. And I think that once people saw the film, they saw like, oh, okay, yeah, we can, and I'm not saying everybody from Vadix is going to, embrace it, but so far the people who have seen it have been very supportive. So, that makes us feel a lot better, I guess, moving forward.
And I think, overall, this is a film's about family. The film's about love. The film's about American dream through the lens of our family. What's it like to be the Asian American in the rural community, to live the American dream. So overall, I have to say that what do I learn out of this whole film? That I learned that, as a father, we don't think like our children. It's like I say, I have a really 4 outspoken children, fearless, willing to do anything for the right thing. But by the end of the day, I have to say this, we all can learn from each other as a family. I am 61 years old, I still learn today, and the most important lesson that I learned from this film is I learned from my children, that I have to trust them, I have to let them speak their voice. So, if anything at all, I want to tell everybody that who see that film, please speak up. Don't be afraid. Don't let a small percent of a hateful, racist drive you out of your town. This will never happen because we will fight if we have to. So, and again, thank you for having our families here. I really appreciate that. What a beautiful city, and it's so happy and so nice to see a lot of the Asian Americans showed up to support this film. Thank you so much.